Welcome in next chapter of S7 1200 e-course. In this chapter I will introduce you and familiarize with operation on the variables. At beginning I would like to tell you something about the data type, because in this chapter it will be very useful and very important to understand some process which we will execute. So our data type described exactly the name or the address of our memory. Data type has many, as you can see here, many possibilities to use it with some variables. The most important are bool, byte, sometimes character, double integer, real, single integer, time, and word, and maybe unsigned double integer, unsigned integer, or signed integer. So what I would like tell you at the beginning is to introduce you with the name of the byte, word, double word, and integer, double integer, real variables. Here I would like to present you two tables which show exactly the bit, byte, word, double word variables, as we can see in the first table. So they are the main memory organization which I present you in previous chapter. As you remember, the bit has number of bits 1 because it is a single bit. Byte consists of 8 bits, word from 16 bits, and double word from 32 bits. Here you can see the range. So the range of the bit can be only 0 or 1, or the same true or false. True it is 1, false it is 0. As you can see, the range of the byte, word, double word is not specified here, because here we can have some more possibilities. As you can see in the next table, here we present some possibilities of such a structure, and here you can understand why we have to know exactly what does it mean integer and on which size of the memory in our PLC can be written this variable. So it is very important table. Of course, we have got more possibilities of our variables, which I show a little later in our program, but here I present you the main variables. So as you can see, first variable, integer, needs 16 bits in order to write this value. 16 bits, so in previous upper table we can see that it must be a word. So if we want use something in integer variable to write in such a keyword of the name integer, so we need to write 16 bits, and we can write some values in the range, as you can see here, from 32,000 from -2 to +32,768 on minus side, and here on the right end of our variable possibility maximum range, it is one digit smaller, not 8 but 7, because on right side we understand that 0 is also positive sign of our variable, so our 0 is also taken into consideration. If we want to write some bigger value, so we can use double integer. Double integer, as the name says, something is double, so needs 2 more places than integer, and of course we can write such a bigger value. If we want to write some real value, so we want to have more accurate value with some 3 point something, and here you can see that it is even to the power of 38, as you can see here, and plus minus 0, and on the right side also it is a very big value. We can use also single char, so it is a character in the ASCII code, so it is our normal ASCII of written symbols in our computer. So some letters has some specified values in order to compilate it to computer system of 1 bit, yes, because our computers are to 1 bit system 01. Time period, as you can see here, also need 32 bits and has some range like here. Date 16 bits needs, and time of day instead of 1 millisecond also 32 bits. Now I will show you something in the program, how it look exactly in the program. So in the program it look like writing our variables to our data types. You can see here in the default tag table in the PLC tags, for example, it can be in the first row, and we write some variable 1, something like this. As default we have got a bool and some address. If we want to change it to, for example, word, so we want to write something in word type, you can see, for example, that we want to write it to some memory access, so we have to write M like memory and word because it will be on the area of the word, and for example from 0. Everything is okay. If we want, for example, now not write here in this variable word information, but we want to write exactly some values, for example these values like for the integer, we can change it for the integer values, and as you remember it is in some precise range of the values of the integer values. And if we change, for example, for here from the MD, so double word, we do not write MDW because for our shortcut it is only MD. So as you can see here that the address entered does not match the data type of the tag because integer need word, not double word access on our memory. So it is something wrong with it. If we want to change it, for example for bigger values, we can choose here double integer, and you can see that now is everything okay. Of course, as you can see here, we have got much more other possibilities. As you can see, there are some special data types for some processes, but also we can write and precise our own data type. It is on some information for future, but I want to show you that we can prepare our own data type here. How we should make it? We click here PLC data types, add new data type. Our data type will have the name, for example, library. You can see that we have got it here. And for example, we want to prepare our some special variable which has exactly the position of our book in our library. So first of all will be position, and the position will be in the range for byte, so exactly in the range from 0 to 255. Position next, we want to have author of our book, and it will be in a string, so we can write some letters, of course, and the biggest word, for example, the name of the author and surname, maximal 20 signs, and of course the title. title, or for example, to make it some different 30 signs. And in the end, we would like to have information if we have some this book, if we have this book or we haven't got. So, for example, it can be is in our library, and it is bool, not array. Also can be also the arrays, but not now. And we prepare something like this. Now we come back to our default talk table. We cannot see it here because it is some special variables, so we haven't got here some special variables. But if we add here new block, and it is a data block because we use something like this in data blocks, in global data block, and here we have got some variables. For example, our variable lib, and we want to choose for this variable our own name, data type, library. And you can see that we have got something like this, but we can here show more information. And now you can see that in our data block we have got exactly the variable of the library, and in this variable we have got some special other variables. So it is much more complicated, but in the data blocks we will use some like these variables.